Lesson 19, A People's King. My dear children, in this lesson we will see how Shivaji Maharaj was a king whom people loved, and he was a king who always brought happiness to his subjects. So we have the heading for the happiness of the subjects. Now Shivaji Maharaj inherited only a small Jagir from his father. We all know that his father was not a king. He was working under the Nizam Shahi kingdom or with the Adil Shah. But Shivaji had a different mindset altogether. He wanted to establish an independent kingdom. So right from his childhood and as a youth, he wanted to put an end to the harassment, the misery of the people. Now what was the misery that the people were undergoing at that time? The people had to suffer under leaders, that is the Nizam Shah or the Adil Shah, the Mughals, the Sultans would come and destroy all the things that the people had, and the people were suffering because of this. Therefore, what did Shivaji do? He awakened the people. He said, get up from your sleep and get back to your self-respect and pride. Why did he say this? Because in those days, the Marathas, they worked for the Mughals, they worked for the Sultans, and they got small amount of money or jagirs, and they were very happy. And at times in the wars, they would lose their lives. And therefore, Shivaji said, we have to put an end to all this and work towards establishing Swaraj. And so he defeated many powerful enemies and he established Swaraj based on justice. He set up an efficient administration to run the government, and therefore he made the people happy. An affectionate master. Now, affectionate means someone who's very loving. Shivaji Maharaj also was a very loving master, a loving ruler, and he treated all his followers with great affection, with great love. Now, how do we know this? Now, in the previous lessons, we saw so many incidents where Shivaji was a loving master, an affectionate master. Now, Baji Prabhu, when he laid down his life for the country, Shivaji looked after his children. He showed his love to them. Again, Thanaji, when he died at Sinhagad, Shivaji personally went to Umrate and he performed the marriage of his son Raiba. And he showed his love and affection to the family. In another incident, Madari Mehetar, he had put his life in danger at Agra. And because of this great action of this person, Shivaji looked after him till the end of his life. In another incident, we have Pratap Rao Gujjar. He sacrificed his life for Swaraj. And because he did so, Shivaji did not leave him alone, did not leave his family unattended. But what did he do? He got his second son, Rajaram, married to Pratap Rao's daughter. So these are the stories that has taken place in the history of Swaraj as to how Shivaji Maharaj was a very affectionate master, and therefore he was an ideal king and he was looked as a great person by all his followers, and he was considered to be their father. Protection to the subjects. Now here in this paragraph we see that Shivaji Maharaj always saw that the subjects were protected. What is the meaning of the word subjects? Subjects means his people under his kingdom, under his rule. Now how do we know this? Now we have learnt in the previous lessons that when Shaista Khan marched against Swaraj, he wanted to capture Shivaji and all his forts. And when the Khan's army was coming towards Shivaji, what did they do? They were destroying everything that came in their way. They were cutting down the standing crops. They harassed the people. Now when Shivaji Maharaj came to know about this, he was very worried and he was unhappy. Therefore, what did he do? He did not keep quiet. He wrote to his officers. What did he write? What did he tell them to do? He told them, "Now send all the people below the Ghats and take them to a safe place so that none of them are affected. None of them have to face any harassment." And he told his officers, "Do not be careless, but act quickly. Don't be lax," means you have to act quickly and be careful enough to safeguard the people. So all the people were put in safe shelter. Now what happened? The Mughals were arresting all the people. So Shivaji Maharaj was very quick in taking this action. Why did he do so? He felt that if the people are subjected to harassment, it is a sin for Shivaji, because Shivaji loved his subject as a mother loves her children. He did what was good. Now Shivaji Maharaj intended to do everything good for his subjects. We saw that he was an affectionate master. He was lovable. He wanted to protect his subjects. So when you are a person of this character, what will you do? You will do everything which is good for your people. Similarly, Shivaji Maharaj also did all that is good for the people. He removed all the old systems and set up a new tradition. Now, what is the new tradition that he wanted to set up? In these olden days, what happened was the Deshmukhs and the Deshpandes, we saw in the previous lessons in the beginning, how they fought among themselves and they were happy by making themselves happy. Similarly, what happened? Even the Inamdars, they had the right to collect the land revenue. Land revenue was collected by these people from the farmers. Peasants means farmers. Now at time what happened is the Deshmukhs, Deshpandes and Inamdars, they collected land revenue as much as they wanted, and sometimes it was so difficult for the small peasants to pay this revenue, to pay the land revenue, and so they were very, very sad. Now Shivaji wanted to put an end to this practice, and he did a very, very good thing. What did he do? He fixed the land revenue. He said, "Now you have to pay only this much land revenue for your land." And so the small peasants were also very, very happy. Because of this, what happened? There was peace in the minds of the farmers. And Shivaji Maharaj said he would punish the officers if he came to know that they were collecting additional revenue. Now he also tried to put an end to the system of Vatans. Now we know in the beginning the Mughals, the Sultans, they would use the Marathas to fight wars, and a small portion of land was given to them as Jagirs or Vatans. And Shivaji felt this was dangerous for Swaraj, and so he put an end to this and he fixed payments for all the officers from a Subedar to a Kamavisdar. Now a salary was fixed for them. They would receive salary every month from Shivaji Maharaj. Strict discipline. We all are aware that Shivaji Maharaj himself was very well informed of all that was happening in his kingdom. He had a perfect espionage. Now, what is the meaning of espionage? It means that he had a very good spy system, and he would come to know about all the political and the military information about his enemies. And because of this, what happened? He had a very, very good setup of his administration. Now, severe punishment was given to those people who were found of guilty of the treachery. Now treachery means betrayal of trust. If anybody does something wrong and cheats Shivaji Maharaj, they would be punished severely. And therefore we say that he was a strict disciplinarian. Now he also ordered his troops not to trouble the subjects, that is his people. And he said, do not take any amount of money from them by force. And if any of his soldiers or his officers disobeyed, they were punished heavily. Large-hearted Shivaji. Shivaji was as large-hearted and generous as he was brave. Now we know that Shivaji Maharaj was winning a lot of battles and he established Swaraj. In the process of doing so, he had collected many people around him. Now he had people from various communities and he appointed these people in different administrative posts. In doing this, he took into account men with ability. That is, if a person had a good ability to fight back in the battle or he had good talents of spying, all these ability of a person was seen and not the religion or the caste, and therefore he had different people in his administrative setup. There were Kolis, Bhandaris, Muslims. The Muslims were also employed in the navy. So Mahars and Ramoshis, everybody, the Brahmins and Prabhus, everyone was occupied in the administrative setup. Now, Shivaji Maharaj's army consisted of Hetkaris and Marathas as well as Muslims. Now, there was Noor Beg, who was the commander of the infantry, and one of his naval commander, Daulat Khan Siddi Misri, was also one of his wakils. Now, Qazi Haidar was a Muslim. All these Muslim faithful were very, very loyal servants of Swaraj. And we also know that Shivaji Maharaj had a very good relationship between people of different religions. Now, when we saw about the story of Qutub Shah, how he welcomed Shivaji Maharaj to Golconda, everybody was happy and the meeting was a very pleasant one. This shows the unity of Shivaji with Qutub Shah and other Muslim rulers as well. Now, Shivaji Maharaj never desecrated the mosque. Now, whenever he was fighting a battle, he came across a mosque. He never destroyed them. Sometimes he would come across the holy book of the Muslims. The holy book of the Muslims is Quran Sharif, and it has to be respected because it is a holy book. And Shivaji Maharaj gave due respect to the Quran Sharif and passed it on to a Muslim because they will know how to use it, how to keep it carefully with respect. And he also never touched the honor of women. If the women in the battle fell into his hands, he would respect them and give them due place and never try to harass them. Religious tolerance. Now, the meaning of religious tolerance is to accept each other's religion, not to discriminate between religions. Similarly, Shivaji Maharaj also respected all religions. He never hated any of the religion, may it be a Muslim or a Sikh or anybody for that matter. He liked everyone, and if a person who has changed his religion would return back to his original religion, he would never tell them no. Now, what is the meaning of what I have just told you? It means that once in Shivaji's own family, his brother-in-law Babaji Naik Nimbalkar was in the service of Adil Shah of Bijapur, and Adil Shah had made him accept the Muslim faith. So he became a Muslim. Now, Bajaji made Bijapur his home. He was staying there with Adil Shahi rulers and he lacked nothing. That means he was very, very self-sufficient. He had everything. But he was unhappy. Now, why was he unhappy? He was unhappy because he has changed his religion. So one day he made up his mind to come back to his own religion. And Shivaji Maharaj welcomed him back. Now the same story happened with another person called as Netoji Palkar. And his mind also changed and he wanted to come back to his original faith. Shivaji also accepted him into his religion. Now, it happened like this many a times, and Shivaji never said no to anyone who entered his own religion, his original religion back. Netoji Palkar. Now, Netoji Palkar was one of the bravest of Shivaji's captains. He was a very brave man. People used to call him that he was second Shivaji. He was so brave. But one fine day, Shivaji Maharaj must have done something which he did not like. So Netoji was upset with Shivaji and he went and joined the Mughals in anger. Now, what happened at that time? Shivaji Maharaj was returning from Agra and Netoji was arrested in the south by the Mughals. And he was sent to the emperor. Now, Aurangzeb sent him to Agra where he was forced to become a Muslim. And thus Netoji Palkar became Muhammad Quli Khan. Now, he was there with the emperor and he was a very, very brave man, as we already know. So he displayed great valor during the Kabul campaign, and he was well known among them. Now, 10 years later, he accompanied Dilir Khan to the south against Shivaji. Now, Netaji thought, now, though he was a Muslim, he had not forgotten what his past was. He did not forget Shivaji, he did not forget Maharashtra. So he was remembering all that happened in the past. And his love for his own country and religion returned. So one day he decided to desert the Mughal camp and walked straight to Shivaji Maharaj. And then what happened? He said to Shivaji Maharaj, "It is true, Maharaj, that I am a Muslim convert, but now I want to return back to my old religion. So could I become a Hindu again?" Shivaji Maharaj did not say anything bad to him. He said, "Why not? If you desire, you can once again join the Hindu fold." And so Netaji was also accepted in the Hindu faith by Shivaji. He called a meeting of all the religious pundits, and he saw to it that Netaji Palkar can come back to his own religion. And he also told the people that a true religion consists in taking him back instead of closing our doors against him. Thus, Netaji Palkar came back to his own religion, and he served Swaraj for many years afterwards. Therefore, by all these incidents, all the things that happened in the life of Shivaji as well as his subjects, his officers, we come to know that Shivaji Maharaj was truly a people's king. Thank you.